What makes a great leader? 1. Devotion. It would help if you were devoted to making sure you get what you want. Most importantly, devotion is a quality not expressed in words but exhibited in efforts. Abraham Lincoln made every possible effort to abolish slavery. Benjamin Franklin could have just stuck to writing books in his old bookshop, but his devotion to improving life quality drove him to rise as a political figure. 2. Risk taking. You need to be odd to be number one. Although a cliche remark, it is the first clause to being a great leader. Your capabilities and potentials are effectively unveiled when you're challenged outside your comfort zone. The ability to take risks and walk a path not trodden by others is what great leaders do. Only then is when they can lead. If you are to follow where the crowd goes and stay within your comfort zone, you'll never be a great leader. 3. Self-esteem. Confidence is a leader's greatest asset. Leaders believe in themselves despite all odds because they have equipped and trained themselves. They are determined and devoted to achieving their goals. Leaders like Abraham Lincoln have been put down too many times, but their self-esteem is enough to block out attempts to distract them and lose their vision. 4. Selflessness. The horizons of a leader start outside yourself. You emerge as a great leader when you exclude yourself from the narrative and are ready to sacrifice yourself for a more significant cause. Martin Luther King owns a tragic history of torture and imprisonment, but he put his motives aside to speak for a more significant cause. 5. Farsightedness. Great leaders see beyond all barriers. They see the bigger picture. Abraham Lincoln saw himself in an era where slaves could enjoy freedom, an unimaginable idea at that time. His ability to see beyond the forcibly implemented standards eventually led the people to fight for their rights. 6th, acknowledgement. To be a leader, one needs followers and people who believe in him. People like John Maxwell acknowledged the prevalence of talent and potential in the Americans and were driven to polish it. Leaders see their followers as individuals in themselves. Abraham Lincoln saw the potential of the blacks to live a free life and modernization of the Constitution. Benjamin Franklin witnessed the prospect of a better life amongst the Americans. 7. Empathy. Each great leader has a dark secret, a tragic past, a driving force to push them to where they are. Abraham Lincoln saw it as his duty to free the slaves who had been oppressed for centuries. Martin Luther King empathized with his fellow people and their hardships to lead them through the darkness and into the light. Empathy, in one form or another, sparks the leaders within to rise on behalf of the weak and the powerless. 8. Competent. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games 26 times. I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Michael Jordan. The story of a great leader is never all luxury and success. It's more hardships, failures, and disappointment. You'll see a great leader rise from all the rubble and start again despite multiple losses. But what makes them stand out is their refusal to stand down. 9. Influential. A great leader's most treasured quality is their motivating and inspiring personality. John Maxwell inspired thousands, if not millions, to find the leader in them. Leaders take it upon themselves to influence others with their actions and words because leaders believe in sharing their motivation with others. They're like a candle that lights up other candles. 10. Impactful. It's been centuries since Benjamin Franklin and Abraham Lincoln walked this planet, yet their names are taken with great respect and their contributions are still cherished. A great leader possesses far-sightedness that guides a certain generation and generations to come. Great leaders leave behind their legacies as an inheritance to those who come after and leverage it. Now, I may not be as majestic a leader like Abraham Lincoln or John Maxwell, but I, like other leaders, delegate myself to guide the youth through a haze of uncertainty and help them locate their passions and interests. But before I assumed my role as a great leader, I was also looking for inspiration and living life through the ups and downs. My story pans out from my years as a student at the University of Connecticut. While pursuing my MBA there, I was also an athlete. I was on the football team where I became the team captain within a short period. I always gave my best. As a leader, I would find myself driven by my passion for leading and guiding others. This helped my team win a state championship under my coaching and attend 5 state championship games. My entry into the business world started when I was 25 and slowly worked my way up to senior vice president at an emerging company in New York. 2 years later, I was the owner of my own business. I witnessed my business prosper at 2,000% growth rate and become the fastest growing company. First was soon working with thousands of people. I have now been a part of this business for 25 years. I saw myself grow from a high school football coach to a business leader developing a diverse clientele. 20 years back, when I first started my business, all I started with was a fiery passion for making a change and impacting the ones around me. Even as a coach, I would find myself pushing through all odds to guide my team through a triumphant success. What is the purpose of writing this book? I develop two fundamental approaches whenever I sit down to answer this question. During my time as an athletic coach, too, my transition as a business leader, I learned what it means to be a leader. Unlike what most people believe, leaders are not born, leaders are made. Like all great leaders, my vision to go farther, to influence more, did not end with my business model. This book is my version of how I became a leader, which brings me to the second, more effective approach to how you can become a leader. My journey to become a leader was greatly influenced by other great leaders like Nick Saban, Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, and our leaders of American history will expound upon the numerous qualities and ethics associated with a great leader and my own versions that I experienced. In summary, what I've learned from each personality is the characteristic traits that all of them possess. An overview of what I've learned from each personality is the characteristic traits that all possess.